So free cash flow will tell you that what is the scope of fraud in a company. Always remember this one thing. When a company has a high free cash flow compared to net profit, the chances of fraud is very less. When a company has got a very high free cash flow compared to net profit, the chances of fraud is very less. This is very, very important statement, guys. See, I told you our investment should be as such that, like a cricket player, we should be able to defend like Rahul Dravid, and we should be able to hit like Sachin Tendulkar. So we got to have defensive at the same time attacking. So such kind of companies we need to choose where the margin of safety is high. Would you dance? Hold on. Yes, Srihari. I've admitted you. Admitted you. Yeah, yeah. You have joined just now, no? Are you able to see the screen? So when a company has got a very high cash flow, it only means that always compare this with the net profit. Let's say I'm doing any business and I'm getting some 100 crore profit per year. But I'm saying that this profit I've used to purchase a land, I've used this profit to purchase some kind of infrastructure. Then what price did I deal? Whether I really purchased, and maybe the market value is 60 crore, but I'm showing it as that I purchased for 100 crore. So there may be n number of reasons where money can be manipulated through such deals. The profit will still be shown as 100 crore because that is what you have made. But what did you do with that money? That is not mentioned in net profit. That is mentioned in free cash flow. So cash flow will actually tell you how much bank balance of the company is increasing. And when the bank balance continuously increases, there are two good things that can happen. Either there will be a hefty dividend or there will be a buyback. I'll explain both of them in the coming ratios. So both of these are very important figure for the healthy working of a company. This will give you a huge margin of safety. Such kind of companies, when you invest within 3-4 years, your investment would become totally free. That means there is no scope for you to lose money. Hope it is clear. So any company that has got very high cash flow, we have to ideally choose such companies. Cash flow should be strong. At the same time, the net profit component. We have seen a company, a typical example is Hisar Spinning. This is the company where you will find that free cash flow is even higher than net profit. It is beyond 100%. And I told you the reason why. Maybe the depreciation. Company is running a machine and it shows 10 crore loss on the machine because the value of the machine reduces. So net profit he may show 10 crore less, but actually if he has got 100 crore, he is showing only as 90 crore in net profit because 10 crore he is taking as value loss in machine. That's why I tell you we have to add the depreciation. That's what is mentioned here. So when you add it, you actually get the cash component in the company. So rarely you will find companies whose free cash flow is much higher than even net profit. And these are the companies you can definitely trust. Even though it is a penny stock, the margin of safety will be like large cap stock. See, what is our target in stock market? Our speed has to be like speedboat, but our safety has to be like a huge cruise, which is very rare to get sink. So, like that kind of ideal investment, you need to choose. You will be staying for a very long time in the market. You will outperform the market by a very good margin. Even if market crashes, your stocks will be the first one to recover. Always remember, when market falls, everything falls. Good companies fall, bad companies fall. Good companies will fall lesser, bad companies will fall more. I've given you an example of Facebook. When Facebook can go down 70% in 10 months, anything can happen in the market. Stocks like Amazon, Google, all these are down 40% from top. So be prepared that even the good stocks, bad time will come, but that will not last long. They will be very quick to recover. Even if market continues to fall, they will fall to an extent, then they'll start picking up. They will not care about the market. For one, every company has to salute to the market. Market in the sense index. Index is falling, your portfolio will go down, my portfolio will go down, mutual fund will go down, everything will go down for once. But what happens after 6 months? What happens after a year? Market may continue to remain down, but your portfolio would be better. Your stocks would be outperforming the mutual funds as well as the index. That is what we want. Do not think that there is any kind of golden formula where you buy today and you'll make money tomorrow for sure shot. No, there's no guarantee. A company fortunes do not change in a day. You are betting on any company, he starts winning, doesn't mean that tomorrow only it will rise. But something here looks very much deep in discount. You are buying a land which is undervalued. Surrounding areas, all the price is higher, only this plot the price is cheaper. Do you think that today you buy and you'll be able to sell tomorrow? No. But definitely you are going to get much better price than the buy price because you have done a lot of research. You have compared it with its surrounding areas and then you have bought it. So even if you are selling it at little discount to the market rate, you will still make a lot of money. Same thing applies here. This is also an investment. That is a real investment. This is a virtual investment. That is all. Here you are investing in a business, there you are investing in an asset. But I told you, if you have the skill to choose the right company, you will make double the returns what you are making even in real estate. Plus, you have liquidity here. You want money urgently, in one day you get it, which we do not get in real estate. But then real estate is a real estate, that's why it's at least 50% money should be parked there. And considering a country like India, maybe up to 80% is also okay. But 20% of your net worth, you need to calculate what your net worth is. Take a rough value of what and all properties you have got, whether it is gold, silver, fixed deposit, real estate, whatever that you may be having, 20% of that value, if you invest into the market, going forward maybe 15, 20, 30 years down the line, the value of this 20% will be much higher than the 80% value that when you started out. That is what our target is. So in that way, what will happen is your mind will be stable. Otherwise, you will be totally dependent upon the market. Any doubts, any questions? Then we have seen the EPS, earning per share. Yeah, anyone has got doubt? Srihari? Please remain muted only when you have doubt, then unmute, and maybe you can use chat window also. So EPS is something where manipulation cannot be done. Earning per share. We have seen a company like SEL Manufacturing, wherein the net profit was continuously growing, revenue was growing, and when the price was declining, anybody would get trapped, thinking that a good company, even in tough times during recession, this was among less than 0.1% companies who were posting fantastic numbers. So I would say that the company is good actually, because in tough times also it was doing better business. But what I told you, the person running the company should be clean and neat. He should be generous. He shouldn't be fraud. He shouldn't be very much what you say only have be selfish that only he wants to eat it. He has to share the wealth with others because we are also partners. You shouldn't be so greedy that you suck money from others and then eat it just like a politician. And never ever trust politician companies. This also is very important point. Right? Never buy any politician companies, even if it is from the ruling party. This is my own thought, not any. It's not written in any of the books. Now, my personal opinion on this is because even if it is a ruling party, let's say Nitin Gadkari company, IRB Infra, though Modi has been into the power since 8 years, and Nitin Gadkari has been a very strong candidate in BJP, was in power in the 8 years, but the price of the stock did not rise. What we feel is that okay, when the party is a ruling party, everything is in their hands. So now they can grow their company really good. That's a golden period for them. Now here there are two things to see. First thing, it may be a ruling party. Let's talk about some politician XYZ whose company is listed here in the exchange, and that person wins the election, and that political party is at the power even in the center, even in the state. Now there will be pressure from his seniors. Do not do any fraud. Anything you do, it will kick you out from the party because the whole party name goes bad. Maybe that pressure is there. So he cannot do gambling with the money. He cannot do any unauthorized deals. He will be very, very careful. This could be one reason. Second could be opposition will target if they get even the slightest hint in the company. So that fear will also be there. So whether it is a ruling party or it's a non-ruling party, never touch any politician company. Some best examples I'll give you. Lanco Infratech, Lagadpati Rajgopal. He has got a lot of wealth. He is still wealthy, but he will not share the wealth with his investors. Because that is the nature of a politician. Greedy. What is the price? 40 paisa. And you know what was the price previously? There's no chart. The value is so low that even chart is not available. Company gone bankrupt. Okay, we do not have any setting for the timeline here. But anyway, some other websites, if you refer and check it, the price of Lanco used to trade at 200 rupees. 200 rupees becomes zero. That time Congress was the ruling party and he was a very powerful candidate in Andhra Pradesh. And you can see huge buildings and all what he has constructed in KPHP. Now looking at all this, you may feel that, oh, it's such a big building, each flat is being sold for 5 crore, private lift for each floor. So those are all the illusion. What is there really inside the company that these numbers will tell, not what those properties and all that is constructing. How much loan he might have taken, we do not know. Whether that property under litigation or not, we do not know. Whether the person who would be generous enough to share the wealth with the investors, we do not know. All those answers we'll get here on computer, not even by visiting his office, not even by meeting him personally. This is the magic of investing. This is the power of the Google. So utilize it. We do hell lot of research before buying into any company. Even if you want to invest 1,000 rupees, we go deep inside the company and see what exactly does it have. That's why my companies are rare. When market falls, they will fall, but quickly bounces back. Like example, say Goldium, you say talk about TRAL. It went till 65, then it went down till 56. Again, it is back to 60. So though they fall, but then again they recover faster. Goldium is also 139. So it rose, it is still there. Even if it falls, they'll be fast to recover. Then I had recommended Gujarat Container. Did I? In case I haven't, you can note down this company, Gujarat Container. For investment, excellent company. I'm expecting 1,000 rupees on this. Price is 191. So this are all the stocks which should be part of your portfolio. Company growing faster, at the same time there is margin of safety. Now coming to face value. Next ratio. This is not the exact definition of face value. There is no definition actually for face value. Face value is nothing but index value for the company. So everybody has got their own definition, but even in the economics books or in your academics and all, you will not find any clear cut definition for face value. But how do I consider it is what I've given here. And this is better when you think it in this way. Note it down, then I'll explain. All right, so let us see the face value of some of the companies, then it will be clear with the examples. Not the shutdown companies, but the running ones. Let's say Reliance. So a lot of people like Reliance Industries, but I personally do not like it at this price. It's not that I don't like Mukesh Ambani or anything like that. He's a great man. Company is also great. But what matters to me is to multiply money, which I feel it is very difficult to happen in such a large cap company, because the face value of this company is 10 and the share price is approximately 2600. That means when this company was founded or when it was started by the Ambani and all that, so they had got the shares at 10 rupees, and which has already become 2600, means much of the growth is already done. If the face value is 10, I want the company price to be like 100, 200, 300 or maybe 500. That means only half of the growth has happened, or only considerable growth has happened. There is still a long, long way to go, we can say. There are many companies, like say Infosys. It may be a great company, but I do not like it because much of the growth is already over. Face value is 5 and share price is 1500. So this is also like Reliance. If I take face value as 10, multiply this by 2, so 3000 is the rate here. So there's a huge difference between face value and the share price. I do not like that. Look at Hisar Spinning now. 55 rupees. 10 rupees is the face value. So it only has grown by 5 times. That is not a big growth compared to the other companies that we have checked just now. Majority of the companies will find face value 10. But there are companies you will find face value 5, 1 also. It will not be in odd, it will always be in even or multiple of 5. It cannot be 3, it cannot be 7, but it can be 5. It can be 15, it can be 20, 25 like that. Either multiple of 5 or multiple of 2. So this rule is not only in India but even in Western countries. I think globally every stock market has got the face value same kind of numbering. Either it will be multiple of 5 or multiple of 2. But the meaning remains same everywhere, which only denotes you whether the company is at the initial stages of growth or in the high stages of growth. That is what it denotes, nothing more than that. And again, important point. Face value may be 10, share price may be 1 lakh. There are a lot of such companies even in America. It doesn't mean that the company will not grow. It also doesn't mean that the company will grow slower. No, it can. It can still grow. It can grow even double within 2 years also. But chances are less. Chances are very much less. See, Mukesh Ambani can even double his company if he brings some new business, maybe comes into electric vehicle revolution. We don't know what he may do. A lot of things. There is no surety that the share price of Reliance cannot double in a year or two. It can, but the chances are very less. If you think practically, it is very difficult. Just like saying, can in a cricket match the 11th player hit a century? Of course, anything is possible in the sports game. He can definitely. But chances, very less. Is it possible to hit 300 runs batting first in T20? Yeah, definitely possible. But chances are very less. So likewise, always it is a probability game. When we feel that the chances are less, why to go there? We have 7,000 companies choice. You want 15-20% return, then you can choose it, because that's a normal growth what the big companies enjoy. If you are satisfied with it, then definitely you can buy. Chance of making loss is also very less. Chance of making profit is higher, but only limited profit. That's the only problem with these companies. But when I know that I have only invested 20% of my net worth into stock market, I would want to take little risk. And speaking honestly, this is actually not risk, this is better investment, I would say. Penny stocks and small cap stocks is actually better investment if your reading is perfect. Blindly you choose any company, chances 90% that you lose money in small cap, mid cap. Because what I'm showing you is only the cream of the cake. What I'm showing you is only good companies. But if you randomly choose 10 companies, you'll see, sir, what kind of ratios are these? I don't like even a single company. That is how it will be. That is why picking the right stocks in small cap and micro cap is an art. And these all ratios and filters that we'll be using will make our task easier. That is when you'll be able to create real wealth. Something much more than what even market could give you, what large cap could give you. So once that we have known face value, now is the time to know the dividend. This is an important ratio, one of the favorite ratios of Warren Buffett. Companies that have good cash flow with ethical management tend to give hefty dividend, which is like not enough. Coming to dividend, When the companies have excess profit, I'm doing a business, I made 100 crore rupees profit in a year. Now I don't know what to do with this 100 crore. There's no point in putting this money for fixed deposit, right? Because it does not yield any interest to me. So what I can do, I can, part of the profit at least, I can give to my shareholders. Because they have trusted my company, let us give them a cash reward. Among 7,000 companies plus that we have, 6,000 companies haven't paid dividend in their life now. Less than 1,000 companies are there which have paid dividend. Less than 500 companies are there which have been consistently paying dividend every year on year. Especially PSU companies, that is government owned companies, are known to be very good for dividends. So dividend is always given on percentage as face value, meaning if a company is declaring 100% dividend which has a face value of 10, it means that you are going to receive 10 rupees per share. You have 10 shares, you will get 500. You have got 1000 shares, you will be getting 10,000 rupees. If it is 10 rupees dividend per share. Where will you get it? Automatically to your bank account. While opening Demat, compulsory you require a bank account. Cash deposits are not accepted with any broker in India. So whatever that the bank details that you are giving while opening the Demat account, to that only the dividend amount will get credited automatically. So there is no chance of losing the money or money going here or there. There was time during my dad when he was investing, we used to get dividends by checks. A lot of times the checks used to get misplaced. The post would not come on time. Again, we had to write the letter to the company, ask for the fresh checks. Like it was all cumbersome game. So now things have become all through online, directly credited to the bank account exactly on the day the company declares a dividend. When the dividend is declared, they'll mention you the record date. Only if you have the shares on that record date only you will receive the dividend, otherwise you will not. Meaning, a lot of people get trapped, that's why I'm giving this example. NMDC says that we are going to declare 5 rupees dividend per share. Don't go and buy NMDC that time. So that day they will set maybe 20 days from now on, or maybe after a month, or maybe after 2 months, they'll set a date there. On that date, who has got shares, they will only get dividend. Now you will say, sir, I'll see that date and on that day only I'll purchase. Again, record date means it will take at least 2 working days for the shares to come from Demat account to the name of the company. So if the company says a record date as 1st January, you have to purchase at least 3-4 days before. Because on 1st January when you purchase, you are purchasing at IIFL, you are purchasing at Zerodha, but this broker will give the details to the company only after 2 working days. So by then the record date will get passed. So you will not get dividend then. You may say, sir, I bought on record date, I bought one day before the record date, still I am not getting the dividend. So you'll have to buy at least a week before that. Hope the point is clear. PSU companies are known to be very good dividend yield. Majority of the government companies you will find that at least the dividend yield is fantastic. Now I will give you a link. I told you na, that less than 1,000 companies are there which are paying dividend and less than 500 which are paying consistent dividend. If you would want to know that, you don't have to go one by one for each of the company and check in Money Control how the dividend record is. I will directly share you the link within Money Control which have an automatic filter of the companies paying hefty dividends. So for that you will have to go here, all stats. So within Money Control, markets, all stats, I'll give in the notes. Don't write anything for now. Here if you scroll down, you will find good dividends, link, here, top dividends yield, BSE, top dividend yields, NSE, anyone you can click, common companies only you would find. So first company, Vardhaman Acrylic. First of all, see here how the dividend is declared. Let me show you for Infosys. Say Reliance. Dividend yield is 0.3%. That means if you are investing 1 lakh on Reliance, as of this current market price, you are likely to get 0.3%. That means 300 rupees as a cash credit or a bonus in 1 year. Very low. That is how most of the companies are. It will be 0.3%, 0.5%, 0.8%, 1%, or maybe 2%. That is how big companies will give. Because they give more and more dividend, then they will have very less cash left to grow the business. So they want to preserve money also in order to expand the business faster, in order to clear the loans. That is why dividend yield, don't think it is going to be like 5%, 10% and all for private companies. For government companies, you can definitely find it. But this is not a government company on the top. The first name is Vardhaman Acrylic, whose share price is 53.55. And as of current market price, the dividend yield is 46%. It means that in 2 years, only the dividend, this is not rupees, and this is percentage on this one. So how much it is? Roughly around 20 rupees we can say. 20 rupees is the dividend that you would get per share on Vardhaman Acrylic. Like this 2 years, if it gives 40 rupees, you would have anyway made. 3 years, if you hold it only in dividend, you will be able to free your investment. Does it not sound so interesting? Anybody would do that, right? In 3 years, you are able to get your money back. Then the price of Vardhaman Acrylic may be 30 rupees, maybe 50, maybe 100, maybe 200. That depends upon the growth of the company. But likely that it will grow because it is paying heavy dividend. That means the cash flows are very, very strong. Then question is, why aren't everyone investing into this company when everything is very crystal clear here? So you need to first find out not just the dividend yield. There's no doubt dividend yield is very high in this company, but is it one-off or is it happening every year? This is the first thing you need to check, and that is available here in the dividend history. So do you find it? No. So in the year 2018, he gave only 20%. That means dividend yield was only 4%. Then 25%. Then next 2 years he did not give at all. Maybe during pandemic there was business was dull. He could not have paid the dividend because of very less cash flow. Then it gave a sudden big dividend. So whenever a sudden big dividend is there, it is most likely only for a single year. Do not think in March 2023 it will be this one. It can be this, it can be this also. You will expect 46%, you may not get even 4%. Because the track record is missing. Now why this sudden big dividend? There may be several reasons. One is company may be celebrating 10 years, 20 years, 25 years, 50 years, golden jubilee, we do not. Because of that, they'll give one such kind of big dividend once in 20 years or once in 30 years maybe. Second could be company must have sold a part of his business, or company may have got excess profit because of one large deal which may not continue next year, or company may have got some land which it sold it for a premium price. So likewise, there may be n number of reasons for a big dividend which is likely to be only for a single year, and that is already past. See here, this company, same thing. So don't directly believe on this high dividend yield. This is more important than this. First take this one. We should have an excellent track record back to back at least for 5 years. Now look at Hinduja Global. This is okay, we can say, compared to the above two, because the dividend has been increasing, but such a big increase we have rarely seen. Maybe 2023 will come to 400 or again 800. Then what will happen? This will be like 3-4% dividend yield only, so it doesn't sound that good. IOC, this is government owned company. Indian Oil Corporation, the petrol bunks. How is the dividend yield here? This looks good. 210%, then 92, then 45 because of lockdown. Here the business did not do well both of these years, but again it is coming back to normal. But we have seen a consistency in every year, and it is not like 4 times, 5 times dividend. It is in the range of, we can say, if we ignore these COVID years and all, 100 to 200%. Let us be conservative and consider next year also only as 100% dividend. Only 100% dividend also means again 16%. See, this yield is according to the latest year. So this can be expected even next year. 16% return you will get whatever may happen to the share price. So 16% is an excellent yield, guys. It is double than fixed deposit. Plus the company share price may also rise. You have to do fundamental analysis and find out. But what is to be observed is that like this 5 years if it gives, then your investment is free. So especially the senior citizens, those who are retired, those who do not have any income support, for them such kind of companies are recommended. So that at least their monthly expenditure they are able to take out only through dividends. Like this, what they do is some 10-12 companies they will buy, and every month they'll be getting some 1%, 1.5%, 2% return on dividend. So someone who has invested 10 lakh also, they will be getting a support of 10,000, 15,000, 20,000 a month. That is how they plan. So high dividend yields are meant for senior citizens. REC, same government company, Rural Electrification Corporation. Excellent. In fact, better than even IOC, because the dividend has been increasing. We can expect something beyond 153% in 2023. So from dividend perspective and even from old economy cycle perspective, I told you that we are into a cycle where power sector will perform, infrastructure sector will perform, road, construction, banking, all the physical business are going to perform, and this is part of it. So REC at 104 is an excellent buy from dividend perspective. Even the economy cycle wise it looks good, dividend wise also it looks good. Vedanta, can't trust, because we have seen a huge variation in the dividend. 2000 has become 1000, then it has become 390, then 950. Then again, I should also consider the point that this may be because of COVID years. Even if we consider 2000%, this would mean a yield of approximately 7%. This is good. A private company giving 7% is actually good, guys. Government company means, of course, they are known for dividend, but it's a private company. Vedanta belongs to Anil Agarwal, Sterlite Technologies owner. But I do not like the promoter, honestly speaking. So how do we know about the promoter? A lot of games he played in the past. So again, political influence, political money involved. All that you will get to know when you are doing the research of management analysis, which is after fundamental analysis. But even then, the numbers, dividend wise, it looks good. But don't just blindly buy a company just because dividend yield is good. I told you, we do not buy a car, we do not buy a mobile just by looking at one feature. If the car mileage is good, you won't directly buy. No, you'll look at other things also. If the mobile camera is good, you wouldn't directly buy. You look at other things also. No doubt, this is a very important ratio, but cannot depend only upon this ratio. Look at other things as well. NMDC, I would love to. Why? Because the prices of iron ore are continuously rising. Point number one. Secondly, I told you metal stocks are hot favorite right now because of the economic cycle. And then we see the dividend yield also is increasing every year on year. So you can expect 13% beyond that because that has been the track record. Okay, there is a slight dip here due to COVID. But even then, if it even gives half, you can expect 7% dividend yield, which is not as good as REC, but I love metal stocks at this stage. Metal sector performs the best in the last two stages of the market cycle. So NMDC at 112 is also an excellent buy. I think NMDC I've already recommended before also. Indian Card, private company, GAIL government company, SAIL government company, Power Finance Corporation government company, Banco private company, Indian Card, no, never. Only one off. In 5 years, only once he has given. We are not sure whether he would continue next year. Banco products, again, can't believe. For once, 1000 had become 100 also. I can agree, COVID, but then even before that, it was 400, 500. So even if it is half, okay, 5% dividend yield on a private company is good. To an extent, we can trust this company also. And NMDC GAIL. GAIL is also good. In fact, because of the increase in the oil and gas prices due to Ukraine crisis, I am expecting even further higher dividend in 2023. Gas Authority of India Limited. This is also an excellent dividend play. And Ukraine-Russian crisis will be in its favor because of rise in gas prices. SAIL, again a metal play. Now, if I ask you which is good among NMDC and SAIL, both are from the metal sector, both are from the government companies, both are having good dividend yields. But when I look at the dividend yields of NMDC, they look much, much better than even the SAIL. So I would be buying NMDC in metal sector if at all I would want to buy any. Goodyear tires. This again a private company. Excellent dividend yields. 130, 130, 130, then 1780, then 1000. No, there's a huge fluctuation. There's a sudden big drop in the dividend. Next year it may again become 130, 500. We are not sure. It is a little risky bet. Nalco government company, National Aluminium. Better. 114, 115, 30, 70, COVID, ignore it. Then 130. So that has been the track record, slightly increasing the dividend, maybe 140, 150% is what we can expect. A 10% dividend yield can be expected here. This is also a government company. Amazing. This is also excellent. Because the dividend has been rising even during the COVID time, it paid very good dividend. I should say 20%, it is a dip. But considering the bad times of COVID, this is an excellent yield and suddenly again bounce to 35, maybe 40% can be expected this time, a yield of approximately 10%. That is how you can see all the dividend yield. So don't have to check 7,000 companies, check these many companies only, sufficient. So note down this URL. Hello. हेलो. हाँ जी, हाँ जी. बस सुनाओ. रिजल्ट तो अच्छा है बोल रही है सोलार का. मैं तो देखो ठीक लग गया मन तो ठीक ठाक लग गया. क्वार्टर टू क्वार्टर तो ठीक ठाक है, ईयर ऑन ईयर ठीक है. वो तो बोल रही है टारगेट 4700. बीमो तो टारगेट ऊंचो ही बता रही है. यार ये भी डिफेंस को जो है एक्सपोर्ट और चालू कर दिए इंडिया. पहले कहीं है पूरे इंपोर्ट करती थी. अब घरेलू कंपनीज ने बड़ा वो दे दिया है. हाँ, कर सका मैं आप कर्या बोल के तो अभी जानते माल पूरा की तो 1 करोड़ 10 लाख को कुछ लिया. लेकिन आपा को फंड्स तो 90 लाख ही कुछ है ना. ये तो 70 हो 50 और 40 डाले ना. तो 1 लाख 10 हजार डाले लेकिन 1.25 लाख को माल कुछ है. तो आप एक्सेस में ही ले रहे हैं. हम्म. आप एक्सेस में ही ले रहे हैं बोलो वो. बीमो करा. हाँ. हाँ. 1 करोड़ लिया तो अभी जान आप प्लेच करा ना तो भी मार्जिन आप एफ एंड ओ में ले सका. एफ एंड ओ में इंटरेस्ट कौन लागी थी. अगर डिलीवरी उठाओ तो था 18% के हिसाब में इंटरेस्ट लागी जितना दिन थे वो मार्जिन यूज कर. चक्कर वो है. एफ एंड ओ में कौन लागे. हाँ वही. हाँ अभी कभी अपन मालूम रहे कि भाई बढ़ने वाली है तो एक 8 10 दिन के लिए ले सका भले ही थोड़ा बहुत बैच लागो 10 दिन को. आप डिलीवरी भी लेवा तो जितना दिन रखा आप बिता दिन को इंटरेस्ट लागे. हाँ. हाँ मैं पूछ के सुबह. आवाज़ साफ कौन आ रही है आपकी. मैं तो निकलिया बट हम 6 बजे सुबह 5 बजे पहुंच गया हैदराबाद. पहले आज निकली. आज शाम का निकली कई लोग तो. हाँ होगी ना कल सुबह. अब शाम का भी एक बड़ो जीवन तो रख गया बे सब मतलब दोस्तान बिल्डिंग वाला ने सब ने बोलिया. बाकी हवन का बात को तो जीवन तो ही गो सुबह. हम्म. नहीं सब मेहमान और तो आज शाम का तक रुक ही दिया है सब जना. खाली कलकत्ता वाला निकलिया मैं निकलिया 2 जने ही निकलिया कल. हाँ कल ही चले गया. अच्छा था कौन ही. हाँ हाँ घूमने का हिसाब गया. एक रात को रास्ता है शायद कांचीपुरम. एक मिनट देखो. मंदिर ही गया ना बेटा. अरे 3 घंटा भी रास्ता है कांचीपुरम. हाल ओपन हुई ही को नहीं तो 9 बजे हुई प्री ओपन. और यहाँ नहीं बतावा है. यहाँ नहीं बतावा ऐप में. हाँ ठीक है बताओ. ओके जी. Sorry for interruption guys. Alright, so this is a link wherein you'll be able to find good dividend deals. If any at all a company comes with a hefty dividend, you got to go nowhere else. Come here, it will automatically be shown here. Like we have seen a company which has paid dividend only for a single year, that's the recent year, but still the name has popped up here. There will be other websites which can also show you good dividend deals, but we cannot trust the data what they are showing. Even if it is showing in money control, go into Google and type the dividend track record of the company and see whether really the number matches. Be double sure always before investing. I recommended these two companies because it's not just in money control that I'm seeing, I've even verified it. I am myself having the shares of it. So I've got the dividend consistently every year on year in my bank account. In a lot of my portfolio accounts, I bought this share. Some of them I bought this. My account, I bought both. Alright. Okay, it's already time. We have started a little late and I've started getting calls. So I would like to end the session here itself.